Alright, so we have the rematch first of 5 of Emiri versus Jayden. And although we did see this go Jayden's way last time, Emiri is able to pull the upset here, for sure.
Most definitely. This is definitely one of the more even matchups we've seen, which is kind of insane at this level, and those misdrops from Jayden is not going to look pretty.
Yeah, gonna start that early zone. Good cleanup there, but Jayden did have to get rid of that zone here to stay alive.
Emiri was also more dependent than they thought they were, and they had to bail on a lot of their efficient setups. So Jayden is going to have some time and do some phase 1 abuse, especially with their signature speed.
Oh yeah, for sure. Jayden is probably going to find, full zone before Emiri exits this zone. Does not even choose to tank, just goes for it. Has the zone chunks at the end there. Jayden is likely going to cancel this out, maybe send a little bit, but Emiri is going to be able to tank it here.
Yeah, she knows these interactions, but I believe those were some misdrops. A little bit scary, but she knows how to target mode her way out of here. Emiri loves to 6-3 over the garbage, finds another cut copy.
Yeah, and even though Emiri was able to have more success with the 6-3 over the well last match, I would assume that that is much less of a surefire strategy against Jayden.
If you want to challenge somebody at speed, this is going to be a hard one to do.
One of my favorite hobbies lately has been when I match against Jayden in zone battle. I try to outspeed her. It's really fun.
Always fun to try. Oh my gosh,
the IRS there is gorgeous from Jayden, but
they
not able to find the round.
Team, but being forced to kick over is gonna be a hindrance, and Emiri's gonna take the first round. Vic says if you top out fast, you can outspeed. That is true.
That's a very good point. But whenever players do that to me and just top out when they see me, I get so mad. I would never do that to anyone. Sometimes I top out race them back.
You can never wish that upon another soul. Play the match, please. Smile.
Alright, Jayden with a little bit of a low zone here, entirely a man-made stack.
Wait, there's cooking potential here.
There is.
I think she sees it. But the Q doesn't allow it.
Yeah, Q not very friendly there. And that is going to be a lot of garbage on Jayden's board. She is going to be able to tank and cancel the rest. Has the eyepieces in the Q when she needs them.
I believe Jayden's looking for a... Oh no, she's not looking for a counter core. Definitely better to just skim out there. And she's gonna let it rip. This zone will transition. Very important point of interaction.
Ooh, the eye misdrop.
Eyepiece misdrop.
This might allow her to build up a little bit of stack and a little bit of zone before she receives phase 3 garbage, which is less than ideal, but still better than it could be.
Oh my gosh, absolutely ballsy tank.
Some razor thin inputs there at the top. Yeah, she kind of had to tank there. Makes sense. Another zone here to try to bring advantage back in her favor, and she might just do it. That is a very quick, very strong zone.
Like, it's like a metronome the way that she was comboing those pieces.
Yeah, so Emiri does have the quarter zone and the side ties here, breaks combo, picks up a new one, does not see the end of the garbage queue in sight, and has to zone. Jayden is able to pull this back and has the stronger zone here, trying to bring this to 1-1.
There we have it. Tie game.
Yeah, Jayden brings it back around, and that's the biggest difference between the last matchup and this matchup, is that Jayden is much more likely to be able to take a disadvantageous situation and bring it back in her favor.
Ooh, Kaidon on Emiri's side for the first clear. Very swag.
So pretty.
Jayden's maintaining the 6-3 a little bit cleaner. Emiri's gonna have to exit, but that's a very interesting donation they have. And those misdrops gonna be forced to skim out, and this is Jayden's opportunity to secure a big advantage.
Right, if Jayden finds a good enough zone here, Emiri might not be able to tank it, especially given the timing of both players exiting their zone at the same time.
Jayden went for it, but that is a wrong column for the curve. Valiant effort. Oh, Jayden, I think she was trying to tank there, but there was a single garbage line in between it.
Yeah, so Emiri able to get out on the right side of that interaction for now, but there is a little bit of pressure coming in. Jayden with that STSD setup, I do think I love Jayden's STSD vision. I've said this before, but like I just think it's so cool to see when she's able to find those.
Another thing that's cool to see is like how many times Emiri is able to misdrop and make it out of there. Like their garbage is so clean and they know how to resolve it.
Very nice phase 3 transition ulti from Emiri here. Jayden is a little bit up at the top of the board, might have to, okay, not accepting too much. Yeah, not too bad from Jayden's side. Was able to find some earlier efficiency, some earlier speed to mitigate that zone. And Emiri does have this very strong 5-4 stack against Jayden's very gray board.
It is going to let it rip at half. 22 and 13. But Emiri has a major zone charge advantage right now. It's gonna take a bit for Jayden to overcome this, even with her high speed. And Emiri finding some nice donations to fix misdrops, but you still gotta make your way down.
Jayden ripping a really fast zone there. This does bring it back to even. Of course it does, why wouldn't it?
I believe it did, which is kind of insane for the zone differential there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Emiri's trying to think of ways to count there. While trying to find their down stack. Gonna do another T-speed donation. Jayden's doing their floats. Has another count of their own. We're gonna go into some mini LST.
Ooh, Emiri has a lot of garbage incoming and has to zone here. Going to try to mitigate this. Doing a great job getting through. Setting up a TSD at the top of the board is going to be able to put a little bit of pressure on Jayden's board after she does misdrop here.
25 and 14 isn't bad, but Jayden is probably gonna mitigate it by just clearing lines. Doesn't even have to be that efficient with that amount of speed. And Emiri has the quarter, able to forecast the T-spin.
But Jayden is just 6'3" sprinting right now. This is what she's best at. This is what she's known for.
But it is a possibility. They have the down stacks. That eyepiece is gonna be a bit late. And there wasn't enough overcharge for that Hail Mary skim to do anything. And Jayden is going to take the lead.
Yeah, Jayden pulling ahead in this set, just showing her dominance, her willingness to go and play Ushota again. She definitely wants to. She knows she can win that matchup.
Done it before, looking to get that run back of the century. And oh my gosh, that cut copy in 6-3. How often do you see that? And Emiri doing the thing Emiri does best, 6-3ing over the garbage and getting away with it. You'll love to see it.
Amazing. 10 out of 10.
Oh, builds a fractal. They resolve as quickly as they can. Jayden's gonna do some counting. This has cooking potential.
Ultis from both sides.
Yeah, 61 versus 60. Since a single line, no pre or post pressure is gonna make a difference there. Not often that happens either, but Jayden is still in pure 6-3. Not even receiving garbage yet.
Probably going to see this zoneless transition here from Jayden's side. 59,000 points. There it is. PC. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
She's going for another. Does not find it.
That is still a very effective 6-3 transition. And
yeah, ridiculous PC from Jayden here that does find herself the advantage right at the beginning.
Oh, hello. Another one. She has parity. She can't be stopped. And that eyepiece misdrop, what I presume it was from Emiri, is gonna be tough to overcome. And another one. Oh no!
Oh, that was so sad. That was so sad to see the 8 high eyepiece right there. But Jayden's efficiency, Jayden's PCs there, able to close that out. She's looking to end this fast.
As Jayden does best.
True, so true.
Oh, Emiri's firing back with the PC war. Gonna launch one off the start. I think there was some latency there in the garbage receiving. But it did not last.
Jayden starting the zone high up on the board here. Fast 40 attack. That is a fast 40.
Very fast 40. But Emiri does have the half zone. They see the zone trunks.
Yeah, Jayden just trying to spam out attack here. Has PC parity. Wondering if she's going to use it. Not quite.
She's going to go down and find it eventually if he's left to her own devices.
Oh,
and
there you
there
go.
it is. The parity's gone.
The one line. Gone. Ruined.
I do like to wonder how much certain players screen watch, and how much of a factor it is in their decision making. But Jayden is going to be doing a zone transition here, 55 and 18.
Yeah, working on a misdrop to start it out here. Emiri trying to respond with their own zone. Has a lot to work through right here. Quarter zone. Ooh, that eye misdrop. Yeah.
C-spin on Jayden's end.
This is a fast 4 rounds from Jayden here. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Jayden is trying to be sensitive of my bedtime. We love it.
They have the momentum and they are using it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. This is just snowballing in Jayden's favor right now. And in best case, best case, this transitions into the next match and continues snowballing. It's difficult to see Jayden losing this round given the state that she's been playing the rest of the set.
I mean, Emiri's been doing some very crazy shenanigans, so...
Oh, for sure.
Wouldn't be that surprising. Oh my gosh, the double floater. They are gonna find the ulti. Jayden can respond to one of her own if they get the eyepiece over. There it is. TST tower from Emiri, and they don't have enough damage on their side to threaten that build.
Yeah, Jayden a little bit push up the top of the board, finding those inputs to be able to get that. That was so close there from Jayden. So scary, but she works through it very well as she's known to do. Quarter zone from Jayden. Does this... That almost transitioned.
It almost transitioned, but
it did.
He's gonna have more time to think. But not sure if using that much time is gonna be a worthwhile strat when.
And there's the transition from Jayden setting up this STSD, like I pointed out earlier. Love to see it.
In big 6-3.
And then the big 4 wide there. Oh wait, no, that wasn't a 4 wide. Never mind. I thought they were saying a 4 wide. But yeah, Jayden just continuing to put on pressure here. A little bit of hesitancy from Jayden as she does have to burn a lot of this stack, and that is going to bring us closer to even.
It is what happens when you try and downstack with such a Q-dependent follow-up. And trying to work their way through the mini secret raid she has there. Emiri isn't receiving too many lines, so this is definitely a time for them to try and take back advantage.
Yeah, Jayden at the bottom of the board, not too much to work through. Emiri setting up this TST tower again.
The fact that they did not question if they should build that or not, just immediately slam. They had it. Truly envious.
Oh, for sure. Ooh, that almost dropped there from Emiri. Turns it into an STSD. That's gorgeous. I love that, but then they overstack that, and that's the game. That is it for that match. Jayden closing it out, finding that 1-5 win, much closer than her last matchup against Emiri. But I'm excited to see this grand finals.